Wanted to do a lot of these different interviews with people who have lots of different styles of getting into the game. I feel like everyone has their own
Yeah.
recipe for how to make it happen, and everything is very much needed for everyone to hear. And I think that this is something that is going to be very valuable for everyone to actually sit down and listen to. So, what state are you actually coming from? And when you were young, were you seeing cannabis around?
I'm originally from New York, New York City. I'm from Brooklyn. I reside in the 305 now,
Dope.
so things are a little different out here. When I was growing up, I'm older. I'm older than a lot of other reviewers. I'm in my 30s. So when I was growing up, we had Reggie, we had Arizona Greens. As like I want to say when I was like I started smoking when I was 12. Around when I was like 15, 16, I started seeing that sour diesel, that haze. That was real
Mm-hmm.
popular when I was growing up. That was what you could say was the za back then for real. You feel me?
Was it more
That's
expensive?
nah, it was affordable.
Really?
People were getting dime bags, $10. You know what I mean? There were certain parts of uptown New York, like Washington Heights, Dykeman. You get pillow bags. You get an eighth, and on top of the eighth, they got two extra dimes or some other shit.
Wow.
Affordable shit. It was a different time. Like it was for the working man. I want to say.
Yeah. And it actually was good flour too.
It was good flour. It was
Yeah.
at what was at that time, and that's all you really had. So like you pull up to the spot, you only had a few options. It was
Yeah.
Hayes, Sour, or you had Reggie. It wasn't so complicated like it is now.
Before you actually got into smoking, were you seeing flour around at all?
Oh yeah, and the first time I smelled weed was when I was 6. I grew up in the projects, so like I knew the aroma, I knew the smell. I didn't know what was what,
Yeah.
but I knew what was smelling good and what was not smelling good. You
What
know,
actually convinced you to smoke? Were you just seeing like people that you were inspired by doing it, or was it something that you seen like some people actually getting benefits from?
it was peer pressure for real.
Yeah.
I was hanging around a certain crowd of kids and they was smoking and I ended up smoking, but I just really got into it.
Yeah.
Like literally, I started smoking when I was 12. I'll be 35 soon. I never stopped ever since. I smoked every single day ever since.
What actually made you enjoy it? What was it? Just like the euphoria? Was it? What was it?
It was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Growing up where I grew up at, you get a lot of trauma and shit. So like that was just my way of disconnecting a little bit.
Definitely. I think that it is a very valuable tool for some people in the beginning, and it's definitely something that a lot of people aren't even fully aware of the
Yeah,
actual like reasonings why they're so interested in it. But it's something that is going to, if you have any interest in it, it's gonna take over. It's definitely gonna be something that's gonna, because there's so much to learn about. There's so much within it that's unknown at the beginning that it just is very it's a very interesting thing to get into. I definitely think it's very beneficial for some people.
it's so beneficial, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Not for everybody. There's a lot of people that it doesn't affect them the same way it may affect me and you, which is, hey, listen, whatever. Everybody's different. There's different. There's people that are allergic to it, which is
Yeah.
I would listen. I would never. I would wish I don't wish that on nobody. But yeah, it's definitely an interest. Is a fascinating plant. Like, how could you not get interested in it?
Do you think that it's just as important to know the negative side, as in like the negative quality, the bad quality, to understand what is good quality?
Absolutely. If you don't, this is the thing. If you don't know bad, you're not gonna know good.
Yeah,
So it's like that's why I tell people, I'm like, I could talk shit about certain strains, certain weeds, because I've smoked it. It's not. I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm not just getting on a bandwagon. Like I could tell you, I'm not smoking Reggie.
yeah,
I Why? Because we've outgrown that shit. For smokers that have been smoking 20 plus years, you're not smoking no mids. It's not gonna do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Versus like if you know, like if you're out of state, if you're out of state or from your local town and you're not getting from your local plug and you don't know good smoke, whatever state you're going to next, they're gonna get your ass and you're gonna end up smoking some huff.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Both I feel like both are equally important. For the consumers, for the distributors, it's important to know the quality because the quality is what gets passed on from the grower to the distributor to the consumer, and that's where the word of mouth gets around, whether your shit is smoking or not.
You
You know.
definitely you definitely were around to see the Bubba era then, right?
Oh yeah, and you know what's crazy? I throughout the past few years, I hear a lot of Bubba slander. When I was growing up, Bubba Kush was smoking.
Hell
We
yeah.
loved Bubba Kush back home.
I mean,
Now you know what it is. So a lot of strains, they get bad names because they're poorly grown by certain cultivators. So now they put a bad name out for the. Now listen, recently I actually had a Bubba Kush cross X hash plant. Let me tell you, shout out my nigga Big Tree out in Houston, Texas. That shit was phenomenal. And a
oh,
lot of people, if
man.
I would have told them, like, if I would have give it to you, like, I wouldn't tell you what it was, you'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Then I'm like, yeah, it's actually Bubba. You'd be like, what? Yeah. So it all depends on who your grower is, who you getting this shit from. A lot of people will drop the Bubba lows on you and give it a bad name. But don't get it twisted. There's some shit out there, man.
Is that what happened with lemon cherry gelato in your opinion?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lemon cherry gelato, I feel like was a great product when it first came out.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I loved it. It was something different on the market. I was used
Hmm.
to smoking OGs, the Kushes. We had the gelanines, the lemonine, like the peach, like the tree. What is it? The tree,
Lemon tree?
fucking strain, the lemon tree strains.
Hell yeah.
We had a lot of those. We didn't have the lemon cherry gelato yet. First time I had it, kind of teak. I
Yeah.
was actually out in LA and I got it from Cookies. I saw it on the shelf and I saw that it looked like one of them little ice creams from back in the day when I was growing up in New York that you get from the ice cream truck. So I was like, yo, this is nostalgic. Let me see what this is about. I smelled them like this is different. I never smelled nothing like this before. So I love lemon cherry gelato at one point, but after years, what I want to say is 2019. We're going on 5 years since lemon cherry gelato really hit the scene and made crazy waves. Like Runts was crazy too. That's another one is watered down at this point.
Yeah.
They so people are getting it at such a cheap price at this point that it's not even top tier quality. People don't even a lot of the consumers don't care, and it's unfortunate. A lot of consumers are uneducated when it comes to it. They just look for the smell. If it smells like it, looks kind of like it, they don't care if it's smalls. They don't care if it's fucking mids, because there's definitely tiers to it. There's definitely some good candies out there. They're just, I'm sorry, they're just not lemon cherry gelato. Not just lemon cherry gelato.
I agree.
It's it's not it.
It's it's something that I've been hearing a lot of, like these the big brands, they call it a production plant, and that's like something
Oh,
that
yeah,
could that usually is not a good sign for its quality. It's
of
producing
course.
insane amounts and people are just able to eat insane off it because it's something
Yeah,
that could look all right. It looks good enough, you know what I'm saying? So
it
it's definitely,
passes.
yeah, hell yeah. And it's
That's
definitely
what I
something,
tell everybody, bro.
when it came on the scene too, it gained such a crazy buzz behind it that it's like it built a name for itself right away that people are
Oh
like,
yeah,
I need that. You know what I mean? So
it's easy to sell too. It's easy to sell. Like a lot of people will tell you, you can't go wrong with it. It's if it's good. That's the thing I'll tell you. If it's good, if you're putting good quality out,
yeah,
yeah, great. But you've seen my page. You see this. You seen the ones I reviewed, and I don't smoke those on the. I was reviewing those just to prove a point.
yeah.
Like, listen, the boxes are cool. It's great. The marketing is amazing. But if something like that needs that much marketing, it's not speaking for itself, and that says a lot.
What is the box that you're looking to check first? Is it the smell, taste, or the effects?
First off rip, man, I'm big on transferring the smell to taste. So like, if it does not, I stand on this shit. If it does not taste anything like it smells, that shit is huff. I'm not. I don't want it because what? How does that make any sense? You
Doesn't.
know what I'm saying? You light something up, and it's happened. I've seen it happen a few times with like apes that are going for some going $60, even $70 in the market. You light it, and it tastes like you just you took a clip out of your ashtray.
Yeah, tastes like
It,
air sometimes.
it shouldn't taste like that. So I'm big on taste. Effects is big too. I'm not crazy. So when I tell people it's not burning right, it's not always meaning that the ash isn't fucking white. It doesn't have to be super white.
Mm,
Salt and pepper is great. White is great as well. Never black.
yeah.
Black is absolutely not unacceptable.
You've never had anything that burns black actually tasting smooth though? Have you ever had any like good outdoor flour?
Outdoor flower. It's been a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? As of recent, I did. I did
Mm,
not. I wasn't outdoor flower. It was some really good OG,
yeah,
but it burned black.
yeah.
And
It
I and I
is
and I told the guy that gave it to me. I was like, listen, bro, if I were to smoke this with my eyes closed, I tell you it was some fucking fire.
yeah.
But just the fact that I know that it's like literally it was black as my shirt, I was like, dog, you gotta. There's something you're not doing. It's not dialed in.
It's almost it is like one of those things now. It's become like one of the factors that people have to kind of see to an extent, which is good. I think there's definitely benefits to it for sure, but
Yeah,
it's basically like what white ash really means is that there's no more moisture in there at all. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like it definitely matters. It definitely matters to
It
some
matters to an
extent.
extent. To an
Yeah,
extent.
but
It's
it's
not like it does. This is the thing though. It can now it's easily manipulated because a lot of these mids, lows, and I got my brothers smoke mids. Like I got friends that smoke lows that older heads that smoke lows. Their shit smoking white ash.
white ash and it'll have the oil ring, everything.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
but
wild.
that shit, and I'm telling you, that shit is trash.
It's
It's
garbage.
not it's not good weed. It
Yeah.
it looks great. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put a wrap on any car. Make it look however you want, but how's the car driving? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
That's
it's like, yeah,
that's one thing I've been noticing though is like everyone posts their ash and shit. It's like
oh
it's
yeah,
it's hilarious because it doesn't fully mean anything. Like you could
it
see
means you got a great cure out of that motherfucker. There's probably a lot of magnesium in that plant. Could be a number of things, bro.
the
But I
cure.
always tell them,
The one thing though, it could just be like fucking 2 years old. You know what I mean? Like that shit could be fucking like dead to the point where it's just gonna burn white because the shit's like
yeah,
it has nothing left in it. You know what I mean? It could taste like absolutely nothing.
nothing,
There's
nothing, yeah. And
yeah,
the black ash, a lot of the time, the plant, the shit's gonna turn off on you, so you're gonna be turned off anyway,
like
off that.
the black ash could be you could like even like I have some sun grown stuff that like
Yeah,
if I was to burp it enough and give it enough air, it's gonna eventually burn whiter. Will I
yeah.
lose some of the flavor within that time? Definitely. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
like it's like a it's a yin and yang to it. You notice that some of the things that burn the whitest and have that crazy oil ring, they taste like nothing. Taste
Yeah.
like just hot air, or like not even hot air. It's just air. It's weird, but it's like something that I've been noticing a lot lately is people have been only aiming to just make everything white. They don't give a fuck about if the
Oh yeah.
stuff's
It's a
actually
look.
smelling or anything. Like people just want to see it performing, and it's like such a I don't know. We're in such like a placebo time period where everyone's
Mhm.
just trying to see like the easy way out of it. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is a lot of people forgotten what's important,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's not you're marketing bullshit. So like it makes it literally contradicts itself what you're trying to do.
it does.
If
That's the
you're trying to
thing.
get your product off, that's great. But at the end of the day, I don't fully understand it because a lot of these guys they're spending top dollar on these packages.
Definitely,
These packages are not cheap.
it's not.
They're paying top dollar for it, and then that doesn't give them much room to put good quality in the packaging. So they have to kind of cut corners a little bit from my experience. That's
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You
I've
know.
noted. I know a few people that are spending more on the packaging than they're spending
Oh yeah.
on per pound.
Oh yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
wild.
I know that for a fact.
The thing
That's what's
is
going
like,
on.
yeah, the packaging scene, like if you're doing all those like cereal boxes and all that shit, and then you're throwing a fucking toy in there and all this crazy stuff, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, stupid ass toy.
It is amazing. It's literally putting lipstick on a pig. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's it doesn't do a lot because the people I've seen a lot of the people like will post like reviews of this shit and they'll be like, it's not smoking, but the toy was cool, and I'm like, what? I'm
Who
like, you
gives
guys
a
are
fuck?
serious? It's like
You
we're
could have
going,
gone to Toys R Us. You wanted a toy. Like,
yeah.
the
But what do you think is why do you think reviews are actually valuable?
reviews are very valuable if they're honest reviews.
Definitely.
If you're speaking from the heart, they're very valuable to not only the consumer but to the retailers, and not only to the retailers, to the growers, because basically the reviews is going to tell you what is on the market. You're gonna go see what's on the market. I'm already letting you know if it's smoking or not. So if there's something I tell you is trash on my channel, you go to the spot now. You go to your plug. You don't even have to question it. I already told you what it is. I
Hmm.
showed you what it is. So for the consumer, I'm saving the consumer a ton of money. As far as the retailer, it could be bad and good. For example, let's say I review an eighth of some. I'm gonna make up a name. House Collective. And House Collective is this shit is not smoking, but this House Collective is already on dozens of menus. And I just said to a large audience that this shit is not smoking. This shit is trash. Now, all these consumers know that this shit is trash. And now these potential retailers are stuck with this fucking work that I've just exposed to be garbage. But that also is a lesson for them to be learned because from there they can know not to fuck with this brand anymore. This is gonna make me lose money. All right, that's where it becomes good for the retailer as well. And then the grower or the white labeler, whatever is going on with the brand situation, knows not to outsource or not to drop this. So it works out well for it's a chain of how it works out well. Everybody, I feel like everybody benefits.
I agree. So do you think negative reviews are more positive for the consumer than a positive review where someone's just telling you how good something is, when a negative one could help you actually save money and save time?
Well, this is the thing. So as I said, honesty is the best is the most important part about this. As long as both reviews are honest, you win. Because if I'm telling you, listen, don't go to this spot and get this, but you can go get this, they're just as important. You're gonna save money regardless. You can either walk in knowing what not to get, or you can walk in knowing what to get.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, how can you lose? You know.
I agree.
I think it's very important. I'll be honest, I will be honest. As far as social media goes, though, the negative reviews are get the most traction. People love the negative shit. They love the oh wow, I knew that shit was trash rather than the good reviews. But I'll be honest, people are catching on and they're listening to the good reviews and they're getting what I'm telling them to get. And they're loving the shit. The culture is slowly changing little by little. People are changing again. They're waking up. They're seeing it's all just LCG for real. I've been fucking preaching it for months.
Do you think that's the most, what is like the most common mistake you're seeing when you're finding these reviews that come up negative? What is like the thing that you're, what is the issue you're finding?
The issue I'm finding is with a lot of the brand owners, just their response. So like for example, if I say, oh, I didn't like this from such and such. I'm a consumer. I don't trap. I don't none of that shit. I'm literally a consumer. I don't need to do this. And that's what separates me from a lot of these other motherfuckers. I'm not a paid actor. I'm speaking off of my experience. So if I'm telling you, if I go out to a retailer and I'm paying $75 for an eighth of your product, and I'm sitting back here and I'm trying it out as a consumer. You've heard it in retail, the customer's always right, no? And I'm telling you, listen, this shit is not it. This shit needs to be this and this needs to be done. And your response is, oh, well, my shit sells out. What? What are you talking about? Newport sells out. That doesn't mean it's good.
Exactly.
Fucking Georgie sells out. That doesn't mean it's good.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that you're literally not even looking at what I'm like looking at the point. Like point is put out something better if you're gonna put it on a high region at 75 and 8. They're like the people that are buying this stuff, the average consumers are working, man. They're not rappers, they're not fucking lawyers. Th- those motherfuckers are not buying this shit in the boxes. This shit is for guys that are working 9 to 5s, maybe two jobs, struggling most of the time. Charging them 75 and 8 for some garbage is diabolical.
It is. It's like almost like are you familiar with like crypto?
Not too familiar, but
Did
I
you
know a
ever
little
hear
something.
did you ever hear when they were doing those pump and dump things?
Now, what is that about?
It's basically like they would like have people buy in on this idea, they would sell them on this idea, and that's like kind of what they're doing with the bags in a way. I feel like they're kind of selling people on an idea. They do all
Oh
these like
yeah,
crazy animated videos that are like very eye-catching, very eye-catching. It's gonna bait in the person who isn't
too
aware of
educated.
like the marketing behind it in a way. You know what I mean?
It's a magic trick.
It
You
is.
understand? It's a magic trick. What do magic
Yeah,
tricks do? They steer your attention away from what's important and distract you. That's
definitely.
that's all. That's all it is.
Sleight of hand,
And
basically.
I've seen that. I seen that from the jump. I was like, yeah, this is cool, but come on. I know there's some bullshit inside that.
They got me. They got me at one point. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like if you look
they
back at
got
my
me too.
old reviews, like I have reviews of like things that now I would slap myself for smoking. It's like amazing to see. I was smoking like I've actually smoked sprayed weed before, not
Oh
knowing.
yeah.
Yeah, not
Oh
knowing.
yeah, yeah. I've been a victim. I've been a
Yeah.
victim.
Hell yeah. And it's like it's amazing to me now because like now it's just like I don't know. I know a few reviewers that I would love to sit down and talk to. I doubt they're gonna do interviews, but they review sprayed weed and will try to tell the people that it's not sprayed. And it's just like
Yeah.
it is amazing to me that it's like I don't know. I don't know how to like say it because like the sprinkles shit they are now doing this like non-infused like
You know what's
non-sprayed.
crazy? I want to get my hands on it for the culture. I want to get my
Really?
hands on it for the culture, and I want to run a review on it. They saying it's non-terp, but I gotta see it for myself, bro.
That's really pulling the wool over the eyes. That's like really.
Like,
I think
like what?
it's 100% because those strains that they have don't exist. It's like
Yeah.
where's the tell me like the genetic makeup of that strain, and then maybe I'll be like, well, that sounds appealing because like some strains like think about it like this. Have you ever had certain strains that just taste good that have no effects?
Oh yeah.
And
Uh,
those
I've had a few lemon cherries like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
hell yeah, lemon cherries like that. Actually, it was fucking hilarious because in this interview I just did, the guy was saying that like the good thing about lemon cherry is that it doesn't really get you high, but I don't know what the fuck he said. He was basically saying it just doesn't get you high, and I'm like, that's not a good thing. That's not good at
Nah.
all. It's just like something you
It's
can
like it's
continue.
like a soft high. You get high for like 10, 15 minutes maybe
100%. It's almost like hemp. It's not
type
really.
shit.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they've just ran it into the ground so much where it just
Oh
like
yeah.
ruined any of its actual beneficial parts. But
You gotta think about it, bro. If you eat steak every single day, you're gonna get you're gonna get tired of eating fucking steak, bro.
yeah.
It's just what it is.
But let me ask you this: when like the effects, is that something that you're really valuing?
Oh fuck yeah, that's what's important at the end of the day.
So what is your
Um,
thoughts on indoor versus outdoor effects?
I'll be honest. It all depends on the grower. All depends on the
That
grower.
is
You
fair.
can't. I can't go based off of outdoor because I've had some. I've been given some outdoor from some growers, and they don't tell me it's outdoor. They'll just give it to me. And after I smoke and tell them what it is, they're like, yeah, bro, that's outdoor. Like, what? So like there's some outdoor that people some people a lot of people may not agree with it too. Some outdoor smoking better than indoor. I'm gonna lie
Oh
to
yeah,
you. But
way more powerful.
you don't see it a lot. Like I said, it's based off the cultivator, it's based off the growers who you know. You know what I'm saying? Where not I'm not gonna say where it's growing, but sometimes that's important too. But definitely, I definitely had some fire outdoor. You know, it could be both sides for real. But yeah, a lot indoors popular because that's what's known to always all the rappers talk about it, smoking on indoor. Snoop Dogg talking about it for years.
It's
It
it's so it's like stuff that can come out looking beautiful and it's so
yeah,
easy to hide. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like it was
yeah.
so great during that period for money making.
Oh yeah, but don't get it twisted. It's ugly. I tell people it's ugly stuff that's fucking smoking. Y'all looking at that's one thing you can't go based off of when it comes to herb, the look. A lot of people,
Exactly.
oh my God, it's purple, it's so pretty. Nah, fuck that. Listen, I smoked some Z terps, some Ziddle terps
Fuck yeah.
that look like shit, and them shits smoking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I swear that the uglier Z's are the good Z, and like the pretty
I
ones like aren't real. I don't think it's
don't
like a
trust them
real
shits. I
stick.
was like, nah, I don't know about this, man. Why it look so good?
Yeah, no, like I've been seeing a lot of these ones where it's like it's insanely covered in trichomes. They're like
Yeah,
looking insane, and I'm like, I don't know about this. I've
you don't
bought in a
know
few
about that.
batches, and it's just like just straight air. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah, they
Proper
make it look
Doinks one.
great.
I don't know if you ever seen like those Proper Doinks guys.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They had the Proper Z, straight air. It was
yeah,
garbage, garbage.
yeah.
I smoked a
I
lot of it too. I smoked a few
I
zips
ain't
of it,
tried
and
that.
that shit was.
I
But
ain't tried that one yet.
so what do you think about why does your account keep getting deleted?
Man, a number of things, bro. I've made a few enemies down the line of this review shit. I got on a few people pretty angry. um, yeah, I think it's just honestly, it'd be the beef, it'd be the hating. A lot of people don't want to take accountability, bro. You feel me? Then again, Instagram has these fucking ridiculous guidelines now, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is almost damn near impossible to abide by. And it's crazy. I feel like it had to be something with me. Somebody, I feel like somebody paid somebody to do it because there's stuff that I get reported for that I see all the time on Instagram, on other pages and shit. I'm like, what's different about what I'm doing?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So, luckily now we solid with this. We figured out a little loophole with the privacy,
It,
But yeah, it's fucking tiring. I'm glad I got a good fan base, and they keep following me, looking for me and shit. So I'm gonna keep coming back. You feel me? I'm like Michael Myers, man. Even if they get rid of me, I'm coming back, bro.
if people been following my page for long enough, they know you can get people pay to get people deleted. It's
Yeah,
crazy because fucking I've been deleted. That's why I don't really like spend a lot of time on Instagram now. Is like I've had so many accounts deleted on Instagram, and people have been trying to get my YouTube deleted and shit because all types of weird shit. But that's like why like the whole people if they watch my interviews, they'll see. I did a few interviews with like a few people. I'm not even trying to like throw names in the thing because I'm not even trying to like deal with the DMs. I feel like that shit gets annoying. It gets childish at some point. But
yeah.
um, respect to those people now. I think they're making better decisions with like even like the moves that they're making in the game. So, what is your thoughts on Tato the Picasso?
Um, I don't think he's doing anything good for the culture.
100%.
Uh, I understand. Listen, man. I understand there's lanes. There's different lanes and everything. Everything has a lane. Everything has a lane. That terp shit, that sprayed weed has a lane. Unfortunately, there is a community of people that like to smoke that shit. I don't get involved in people's lives, but the fact that it's the youth, most of his audience is young motherfuckers, it's young kids. A lot
Yeah.
of young 16, 17-year-old kids, it's not grown adults. He's out here promoting this garbage product. I'm pretty sure he's paid to say most of these things because everything gets the same score, and it's not good. It's not good for the culture. You're not teaching the culture. You're not teaching the youth what's really good flower, and you're claiming to be the king of cannabis reviews, but you review garbage. You know, everybody got to make their money how they make the money. Listen, I'm not knocking them. Listen, do your thing. You got your turf shit going on. But stop lying to these motherfuckers. Stop lying to the kids. He's literally. I want to say he's literally like a cereal box. He's distracting you from what is really going on. Like he'll give out free bod. He'll do whatever the fuck. He'll do his little gimmicky stuff, and but it takes away from the fact that he's promoting garbage. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like that's my opinion on him. I think he's a clown. If
Do
I'm
you
keeping it apart.
do you think that his strategy of marketing is effective, or is it just some 6ix9ine type shit?
I want to say okay, so I feel like I'm not gonna hold you. His marketing is on point. I
Mm.
feel like he's going. I'm assuming this. I don't know if he knows this. Maybe he's really cooked like that. I'm assuming he's taking the negative feedback route. So a lot of people will purposely put themselves out to the public with like rage bait, meaning they'll put stuff out that they know a large community of people are going to disagree with, and that attention is going to be brought to them. So I
Mm.
feel that's the marketing strategy he used because he knows that there's a large community of us that don't fuck with that space shit. You feel me? So I feel like he feeds off of the hate. That's a small strategy.
It works.
It
I
works
I
because
see
he's
like,
getting the attention. It's a lot of negative attention. Absolutely, it's a lot of negative attention.
hell yeah.
But you getting the attention. That's what matters. They talking about you. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, hell, I think it's definitely something that I see working for him, and not only
Yeah.
that, it's definitely something that I think
I don't knock him. I don't knock him at all for that. That's you
the
know.
what it also is like, how do I say this? It's like there has to be a voice for both sides,
Yeah.
and outweighing, like, weighing those voices together. One is just editing videos, trying to over appeal to the eye, like trying to like do the magic trick, and then the other people are actually explaining their reasonings. So it's like
Yeah.
anyone, I think everyone at the end of the day will go to the more reasoning side, because that is actually where you're gonna get the useful resources, you know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
eventually where you're gonna actually see the valuable stuff. So I think it's kind of just like a phase of the market. I think it's like one of those very bad chapters, but it's like very, very useful. What do you
Oh yeah,
think?
it's gonna be a page in history for sure.
What do you think is holding back the weed market at the moment? Is it just spray, or is there anything else?
Honestly, what's holding back the weed market is people not a lot of consumers are not willing to evolve with with their weed palette. A lot of people are stuck on the lemon cherry vibe. And I say this because I know people that I've shown them different stuff. I've shown them, for example, the Scotch bonnet. This is OG OZK. It's OZK. It's OG Exitos.
Oh yeah,
You a lemon cherry smoker, you smoke that every day. This is a different palette. This is an OG, heavy OG. That shit, to me, it's a beautiful, it's a unique palette and it smokes crazy. My homies told me to my face that shit is trash.
really?
Yeah, he's like, yo, nah, bro, I like that sweet taste. I'm like, "Mhm."
Fair enough though. I think some people just say that because they're just like a little bit too stuck in their way at the moment. I think
That's what
like
it is.
like later down the line, you'll be probably talking to that same friend, and they'll be telling you how good the shit that you're smoking is, and like gas and
Mm,
everything up, because that's I used to I think it's not what you're saying, it's how you say it sometimes. And I used to be kind of like a hater in the way that I would like be like, you guys are smoking trash, like you guys are smoking garbage, and no one's trying to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I already know
Especially,
people don't hear that shit.
yeah, I mean that, but that's what makes it funny. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's like, and at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. It's funny, but it's like they do get mad. So it's like sometimes it's a phase though. They'll be mad for a little bit, and they'll be like, he's right though. You know what I mean? Like he actually is telling me this shit's garbage. This shit's probably not even good for me, realistically, like health wise.
I've had a few people agree, like, yo, listen, man, you're not wrong, but I'm still gonna smoke what I smoke. I'm like, all right, listen,
Yeah,
bro, you know, whatever floats your boat, bro. I can't knock it. It's your money. You
it
spend your
is
money how you
wild
please,
though.
you know.
It is amazing when you can give someone like you. It's like that old quote: "You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink." You know what I mean? It's some
That's
shit
a
like that.
fact.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's a fact.
it's amazing that like some people will not take the advice. So it is a blessing to see that there is like a bigger community of people actually trying to better themselves,
Oh
and
yeah,
I definitely see you're being a huge influence in pushing people in that direction. I think it's definitely something that I think a lot of people will, they won't be able to give you the credit now, but they will give you the credit down the line. It's one of those things that becomes, it's part of the game that is very needed. So keep on doing what you're doing. People will definitely appreciate it in the end. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's a work in progress. I appreciate you, man. It's
Yeah,
definitely a work
definitely.
in progress.
Is there anything you would like to say?
As far as the weed community goes, man, it's never no hate towards any brands. It's never no hate towards any reviewers. It's a community. There's room for all of us, but don't miseducate. Don't take payments to lie. It's not good for the community. It taints the community. Puts garbage out. Puts garbage in people's hands and in people's lungs. Do not forget what's important, and that's what's inside the packaging, what's inside the jars, whatever it is that they're giving it to. And we're here for the plant. The advertising is great. It's great. Just don't forget what's important, man.
Is there any brands you would want to shout out?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I got my people's out in Broward. We got Hollywood Boulevard. We got my dog OG Cookie Monster. That's my people's right
Hell
there
yeah.
for sure, for sure. Gotta shout out my dog Broward Exotics for always getting me some crazy pain and that Vaporub brand. Yeah, that's the homies right there for sure.
I'm gonna be out in Florida soon, so I'm gonna definitely get you something. I want to see
Yeah,
I want to see if you're interested in some of the sun grown stuff because I think that that is
yeah.
actually gonna be worth it to try out. But with that being said, I definitely appreciate you giving your time. I'm gonna try to do more of these in the future. So if you're ever willing to sit down and do another one in the future, I would love that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We should chop it up. Yeah, for sure, bro. Let me
Definitely.
know.
Stay blessed.
All right, my brother. It was a pleasure.